Well, it looks like Linda got a package. So.
Yay, package time! What did people used to do before Amazon? Yay, it's a work apron!
Oh. Okay, so it's a work apron.
Open it carefully. We'll be back.
Huh. Cool.
It has deep pockets.
Well, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. 210,859 miles on the odometer. It's April 5th, 2024, as the recording of this for the Please Subscribe show on Cole Spivey's channel. Yeah, so once again back to the YouTube movies. They're showing, if you have Prime YouTube, of course you don't have to watch the commercials, but if you're like me, I'd hit the skip button. It's not really that bad. The Night Flyer, same name, horror, crime thriller, I guess you could call it. With a guy named Miguel Ferreira, I think is his name. He passed away in 2017. Was in Traffic with Benicio del Toro. Stephen King's short story novel that was also in Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Pretty good, not too bad. There's some gory scenes with vampires. It's about a night flyer that's, you know, a vampire and a reporter for Inside View, which is, I guess, a fictional tabloid magazine. The other lady's in it. She's like, one of the other things she's in is In and Out. She doesn't even have a photo on her Internet Movie Database. She plays Claire in it, and Ferreira plays Richard Dees. Pretty good. Watched that today. You know, you got good Stephen King stuff, and then you got like the comic strip kind of, almost nearly soap opera style kind of thing to a certain extent. But it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I got through it. I'm still reading Cormac McCarthy's No Country for Old Men. I'm at the part where they already killed off Wells, or Anton Chigurh kills Wells, and then I think there's a monologue by Sheriff Bell. Then there's like a conversation between Llewellyn Moss and his wife in Odessa. And then there's I believe it's a conversation he has with Anton Chigurh, who calls him while he's still in Mexico. Then he jumps in a cab in his gown, and Moss gets, I guess, inspected by the border people. And the guy's in Nam and shares military experience with him and lets him through because he's only wearing a robe with no shoes. Anyway, posted section of my, I guess, maybe novella, possible maybe novel. It's kind of scattered, called Rib, or Dog Night Out. I'm just kind of winging it as I go. Haven't really found a protagonist character, really. Don't know if I will, but it's seen through the eyes of more third person, I think, is what it is. I meant for it to be everything to be first person, but as I was writing, I guess there's segments in it where it's first person, then it goes to third person. Anyway, it's kind of something I just post every once in a while. Facebook won't let me post the entire thing each time because that gets too much. You know, it's like the whole book, and then there's an extra chapter. But it will let me post the last 2 chapters. Then you have to go through my Facebook page to find the original post of it. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to post the whole thing. I might if I lay off post for a while, eventually when it gets there. You know, I would post on Fiction Press site, but I don't know. I haven't really tried to do it. I have tried to do it from the phone, and usually you can't. You have to do it from a laptop. So I got to turn on the old Microsoft 2017 Dell PC laptop. Well, it's a laptop. It's not a PC. It's a laptop. It's still kind of a personal computer, and that thing takes a little bit of time. So usually I just been posting on Facebook. I keep stuff on the cloud. All right. Well, so the butterflies got a few more days. 3 days until the eclipse. Kind of reminds me of the werewolf screenplay that I was writing, where there's an equinox in it, which I think is, I'll have to look up exactly what it is, but I think it's a partial lunar eclipse in it or something. Anyway, the werewolf only turns half. Well, it's actually a she-wolf, but it only turns half she-wolf from the legs down because of the eclipse that happens at night. It'll be a lunar. We're going to have a solar one in about 3 days. And if you're fans of Lady Hawk, that's a really cool scene where there's a eclipse and the curse is broken between the hawk and the wolf. Rutger Hauer and Michelle Pfeiffer was in it with Matthew Broderick. Really good little film, Lady Hawk. I talked about that a few times. Dinosaurs, Botanical Gardens, until May 30th. And then you don't want to forget Casa Mañana, which is gonna have Mary Poppins Jr. and Grease coming up. Got a little extra dough. Buy yourself a ticket. I would only be able to go to a matinee, but I don't know if they're selling matinee tickets. They probably are but Grease might be fun. I wanted to see once. I heard good things about it. It came through. First one, 521.4, 1.6. All right, next one, 647, 2.6. 754-61.7. That was a cool little house right there. All right, 26.4, 1.9, going to a usual spot. The go-kart's still going. April 5th. Go-karts after Easter. There was a time, probably like a little bit around the holiday, December, even after January, they ordered 2 times a day from this place. Lunch and dinner. But yeah, there's people, they get it at the same time every week. You know, they get a dose of pizza or Italian food like clockwork. With these people, I don't know, I haven't seen them in a while. I wonder if they moved or whatever. They were getting it twice a day, like they weren't even going to the grocery store or something. I don't know. It's just some people that way. They just eat restaurant food, depending on how it's cooked. I do state inspection right there. Sure, you'd probably have to have quite the lemon to fail that one. Yeah, they're getting rid of state inspection as of next year, so it's just gonna be registration only. So I guess if you got, you know, a problem, they just ticket you one problem at a time, as long as you're up to date on payment, you know. I guess they whittled it down to just registration. I don't remember Maine. I lived in Maine for 17 months. I remember the thing that was the ordeal with Maine was I started off at Guilford, then I moved to, no, I started off, in Parkland, right next to the old Burt Bede's office off of Parkland. Then I went to Guilford, and then I ended up in Dover Foxcroft for the longest period of the 17 months, probably about maybe 9 months or so in Dover Foxcroft. But each time you moved a zip code, you had to re-register the vehicle, which I probably shouldn't have done, you know, because I could probably have re-registered it at the, but I guess maybe they go by and see where you're parked or something, you know. They can sometimes see that. I don't know about the snow, but it's like $700 for all 3 registrations or something. It was like $200 or $300 for each registration thing. Or it was like 100, I think, at least 100 for each one. Maybe more, I don't know. All right, 8557 2.9. You're all the way from San Juan. Top 10 all-time songs right there. Freaking great guitar and lyrics. Yeah, they double the side of the house. Although the patio doesn't look the same at all. It's weird how things change over time. I never did any of this right. I think because the driveway on the side would be different. Although that looks the same too. Yeah, the kitchen had it. Oh, yeah, I think that's it, maybe. I don't know, I could recognize it by the patio. Ooh, weird. I wonder if this is the same house. No, I don't think so. Patio looks different. That's where this delivery is going. I'd recognize it once I get there. Now, it doesn't have a front door entrance, so that wasn't it. So yeah, when Jennifer and I were high school sweethearts, I went to Austin theater camp. That's where I met Kara Vetter, now Kara Anderson, and where I met Natalie Z, who's still Natalie Z. She's A.D.W.C movie star now. Not Jennifer, but Natalie Z is. I met her at Austin theater camp. But I mailed her a letter from my little dorm room. I can't remember if we stayed 4 weeks in Austin, but it was a pretty big camp. I think it was about a month. It was a long time because we had to do a show. We did a full-on show. That looked like her house, but I don't think it is, because she had a driveway that went into, at least they changed it. For some reason, I want to say, I think I remember it being Shirley. And it would be this one. But it wasn't that big, and it wasn't a two-story. At least they added on. They fixed the sidewalk there. Yeah, that looks like it's been rebuilt. But that might be it right there. It had like I think it had like a gate or something. And then there was a back garage. There was definitely a back garage. Yeah, I think that was it. But that patio looks so familiar. I just don't remember the two-step thing. It was like a two sets of steps. I don't think it's this one, but boy, if it was, that'd be major rebuild. This is Wabash. Yeah, I don't know. That side house looks familiar though, right there. And there's a big gate right there, and a side thing. It has a side thing there. I just don't know if I had. I would probably say Shirley. Shirley rings a bell for some reason. Wabash, I don't know if that rings a bell. Stadium, I don't know. Her father was a physicist, professor at TCU. I lived here for a while, right in that one right there. I lived in that one for a little while. That's where I cut my pinky right here. I don't know. Anyway, I remember mailing a letter, you know, from theater camp. I pretty much wrote the whole letter, but I was talking about the wind or something in the letter, and my friend, who was my roommate at the time, he suggests I use the word gale, you know, like a gale of wind, because I was asking for words when I was writing it. I don't remember what it was about. I used to have all my old letters. I had all of them in this like little box that had like this little false bottom. You could open it up. I had every letter to every girl I ever wrote. I think all the way to like the first or no second. Well, we weren't right. I don't know. I was like about third, maybe fourth, like fifth grade and up. I think definitely sixth grade and up. So you're like 10, 11, like 12 years old and up, all the way to college. Yeah, all the way to college. Yeah, all the way to 1999. So that would have been 1985 to 1999, to about 2000. I had letters, mostly like love letters, and then letters to friends that were in the military. Just old stuff. I don't know if my mom has that box, but if my mom does have that box, I bet John Hurd's autograph is in it too, maybe. I don't know if she does. The only thing I gave Earl was I had moved from Denton. My friend Rob helped me move. I guess as payment, he took my taxi driver cartoon poster. So I rebought it from this magazine, and then I wanted to keep it because I knew I was going to be moving around a lot. So I gave it to Earl. But it's a cartoon. It's not really a cartoon. It's one of the original movie posters. It's kind of done like a cartoon. It's like a painting of Travis Bickle standing in front of the cab. I gave that to him, and I think I probably would have gave him what I called the ancient box, which would have had all the letters in it. you know, those things are valuable. There was a guy who wrote a book based on letters. It was called The Stone Reader. I don't remember the name of the book. The documentary was called The Stone Reader. And he wrote a book about the 60s, you know, 1960s. But all those letters, you know, all those letters from all those different girls, and because I had, you know, maybe, I'd say, like, when it comes to high school, I had at least, I think, about seven girlfriends, some flings lasting a couple of months to, you know, a couple of years over my freshman, sophomore, senior, well, freshman, sophomore, junior. I was freshman, sophomore, because I was my sophomore twice. I was held back sophomore year. So it was freshman, sophomore, and then junior, and then senior. I graduated at 19. But, and then I had a few college girlfriends too that gave me some letters too. Not a whole lot though. I had more letters in high school than I did college being written. But I had a few, like Rhiannon, when I was in Denton, she wrote me a few letters. I'd kept on green note cards. I thought was interesting. We went to New York together before I went to the Actor Studio and visited La Mama Theater and saw Marcel Marceau perform at Hunter's College. And then I don't know. I tried finding her on Facebook, but she kind of vanished. There was a one photo that had her first and last name on Facebook. It looked like she was camping, but I couldn't tell for sure in the photo if I couldn't make out, you know, the face very well in the photo. But look, she had a dog. I thought that maybe it was her with a service dog out in the middle of the wilderness or something. She was kind of a camper. She took me, yeah, I think it was her. She took me camping a few times. Like we went to Turner Falls and things like that. And we did go to New York though. We went to New York for a little while, which I'd like to revisit. New York is kind of scary though, you know, because when I saw September 11th, it's like, if you want to go back, you know, that's the only thing I think about. It's like it was such a horrible event. But New York's cool.